Hello, is me. I'm hunky, I guess.
So hunky.
Oh wait,
He's
Ben
so
says they
hunky.
can't hear you.
There's something funny when I do this stream that my mic has to be the way I get my voice. So let's try that again. Hello and welcome to Concentration Check, a co-writing space. I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga and the Books of the Usurper series, and I'm here to get some work done. Already introduced, hunkiest podcaster and writer Treavor and Erin, and
Hello.
also with us again this week in the our biggest author guest ever,
Literally. That is me. Again, this time that is the dozens in dozens of Trevor's fans going on about the hunkiness.
There are literally dozens of them.
Yep. Literally the biggest fan.
Apparently, there's just lots of tech issues with volumes.
What's
going
up?
on
But
now?
we'll work on it. We'll see what it is. I turned my mic up a little bit. It was down from before when I blew everybody's eardrums out. I've adjusted earlier. We'll see what's going on. But while we test it, why don't I just go ahead and tell you how this works in case you forgot or you're new here. We're going to do some Pomodoro Sprints. So for 25 minutes, you're going to work on whatever you've brought with you today, whether that's writing or revising or game prep or just getting through your day job. Whatever it is, we're all going to do it together. So 25 minutes, focus on your work. Then we're going to take a 5-minute break. The break is important. It gives your brain a little bit of time to relax, to go back and focus again. So don't touch your project during that time. On Concentration Check, we have themes for our breaks. So for our first break is our What Are You Working On break. So we'll take a break and chat about what we're all working on. You can pop it in the chat. We'll talk about it with you too. Our second break is the Get Up and Move break, because at that point you will have been sitting for an hour. And it's good to get up, stretch your legs, take care of your meat suit, get a drink of water, and all the other things you need to do. It's also when Twitch is going to make us show ads, so if you get up, you don't have to see those. But if you're one of our lovely subscribers, you don't have to see the ads anyway. And you have access to our fun owlbear emotes, like our little writing guy down here, wherever you want to take them. If you are one of our subscribers, thank you so much. You help us make cool content like this show, and we really appreciate you. Our third break is going to be for hand stretches, and our fourth break is our long break. So if you have any ideas about things that you'd like to hear us talk about with us, please put them in the chat, because in the absence of that, we're just going to yammer about whatever we feel like.
It's true. Probably won't even be writing.
Who even knows? Okay, so let's see. Who we got here today? We see...
Some cool peeps.
Cool peeps. I see Bookish Barbarian and Alu Lin are here. And
Hello.
Giving us the tech advice. Goblin Wars is here. Hello. Molly Chu, welcome. Blyceford on the other side of the world. But in daylight savings, so glad you're here. D and D Beyond, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Okay, and Samuel K. Kaufman. So many. Bookish Barbarian says the questions and the yammering are both delights. So that's good to know. So if we don't think of anything, we do have that option.
Mm-hmm.
Always good. Okay. Pull up a thing here. Well, let's see. Usually we wait 1 more minute before we start. Just let people get in, get settled. You guys have big projects to do?
I have an emotional scene that I left myself off in the middle of, so that's going to be great.
Good times.
I do too. But I'll tell you what in the thing.
Tell you what in the thing
Save it,
with the
save
stuff.
the content for the appropriate time. All right. Well, if everybody is ready, we can get started. So let me just turn this on and have this going.
Let's go. Let's do it.
See y'all on the other side.
30-second warning. All right. Time for another break.
My gosh.
Where? Sorry.
Ooh.
Here we go. Fix that. Okay.
Let's go.
No, you're doing it wrong, timer. Okay, anyway, it's break time. This is our what are you working on break. So, guys, what are you working on?
So a buddy of mine, my co-creator of Electropunk, Jeff Wamister, hit me up yesterday, and he needed a short script for a project he's working on, and it went from him asking me to do 1 2-page script to me volunteering to do 10 3-page scripts.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I'm that person. I also said I'd do the voice acting of the scripts, because of course I did. So I came up with the idea for 10 short public domain character scripts.
Cool.
And I've already done 5 of them. I just did 1 there. It's like 3 pages. It's nothing. So
Nice.
that's what I'm doing. So I'm 5 of 10 already done.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good. What about you, Trevor?
I'm still going at this book project, the one that I've been talking about the world building for on the Elden Ring streams, and getting through some character stuff. How about you?
Working on RuneScape book.
RuneScape. Spooky RuneScape.
Yeah.
Spooky RuneScape book.
I don't think
the
I said
RuneScape
a
song.
whole lot about it, but yeah, it is going to be like a fantasy horror.
Yeah.
Adventure fantasy horror, maybe. Good way to put it.
It's going to be cool.
I think so. So, I thought of a better way to move into the second chapter, so I'm making a couple changes to the first chapter and introducing the second viewpoint, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
All right, let's see what everybody else is working on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Molly Chu is working on crafting a tiefling horn flower crown as part of a costume
Love it.
for my best friend's costume-themed wedding. That sounds great. That sounds really cute. Ben Rowe is working on making a sea hag coven lair for my group tomorrow. There's a grandmother and an auntie in the coven, so they've got lair actions and such.
Fun.
I like that. Is there like a grandmother and auntie sea witch that means that triggers lair actions? Because I love that.
I don't think there's anything specifically, but there are a few
Maybe there's
new named characters you can pull from.
Yeah.
sea witch auntie sneaks you. Well, I mean, if she's like me, she sneaks you the stuff your parents won't give you. And the grandmother.
She's just like gives you a lot of sugar and sends you home.
And
Back to your
sea witch-
adventuring party.
Sea witch grandmother is like disappointed in your choices. Okay, Blythesford is focusing on nonfiction till this book is ready to be seen.
It's like, why aren't you a cleric? You know, why aren't you the town healer?
Janet's granddaughter has her own coven. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Your HUD doesn't even walk.
This is exciting. Focusing on nonfiction. Until this book is ready to be seen by a person who can make a decision. Working on the last of the chapters that needed a lot of work. I'm very excited for this nonfiction book. Cuddle Guts working on a course outline but struggling with focus today. I feel like this is going around. I hope this is helping. Bookish Barbarian working on I'm doing a personal project today, making good progress on this one. Awesome. Alulin is reading up on Waterdeep Dragon Heist and grabbing maps and ideas off Reddit.
I loved running that one.
It's like a crazy big full moon this week, so everybody's emotions are probably all over the map.
That is fair. Goblin Wars is working on skipping to chapter 2 for fun.
Hey, I did that.
Samuel
Yes,
Kaufman
savages.
is doing some outlining. Ben says, in Volo's Guide to Monsters, grandmothers are the oldest hags and auntie is the rank below that. A solo grandmother, an auntie, and a coven grants the hag's lair action. So it is. Okay. I just thought it was a funny way you phrased it. All right. Somehow the two timers have gotten off, as they do.
Those two timers.
Yes, they do. 2 timers.
We'll just give it a second, and then I'm going to hit the transition so that it doesn't behave. So we got 5 seconds left on this one. All things considered, this is a low tech drama day.
Don't say that out loud.
Tempting.
Has been invoked.
It's foreshadowing, man.
It's foreshadowing.
I literally just wrote that into the screenplay that I finished last week, by the way. Somebody's like, man, this is going easy. And it's like, don't say that. And then everything starts going terrible. And they're like, yeah, so easy, huh? Yeah.
I love it.
Cursed by hubris.
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 Are we back at it?
We are back at it. Get
Oh,
to work.
okay.
Oh,
We were
yeah,
talking
you
too
didn't
much
say.
to it.
Right, sorry.
1 minute warning. Okay, it's time for a break. And time for me to figure out why the sound's not happening. But first, it's a get up and move break. So
Oh, hey.
get up, stretch your legs, do what you need to do. I'll see you back here in 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
All right. Link.
Okay, I think I will just trigger that when we come back. We'll figure out why it's behaving wrong. Have your hands. Got too much lotion. Rub it in.
I want to be a greased pig.
Okay. My mic's on. You should just know. I got this new hand lotion. Is my mic on? It's not acting like it's on. Oh, I see why.
Yep, you're on.
There we go. I was on a different scene and it was saying no.
Although you just froze. The little thumbs up thing came on the screen and then you froze.
Zoom
Why you gotta be so Zoom?
Why are you behaving like this? Well, now it's
There you go.
everybody's been mixed up.
But you can
Let me
drag it
fix
and you can drag it in Zoom, and that'll fix it.
I did.
Okay.
Just had a moment of
Yeah.
seeing you. It was exhilarating.
Yep. That yeah, you got rearranged on my screen too, but yeah, it's fine. I used to freak the F out when trying to like have an overlay with 7 people. And we'd just be like blurk.
It's like, listen, all of you just hold a little card that says who you are, and I won't
Yep.
deal with it.
Yep.
There are some things
Even the drag and drop can be a bit wonk at times, but better than the alternative.
It's time to get started again, so I guess we will.
My body's ready.
Let's go.
Let's go. Are you hitting the timer now?
Behaving. I didn't have to do that. Hooray.
Am I back on time?
Time. Yep, just in time. Time to start again.
Couldn't hear you, Aaron.
28-second warning. Why is it not playing that sound? All right, well, time for a break. This one is our hand stretches break.
Oh, Lord.
That's right. That's right.
I really hope that one...
Hold on, I'm not ready yet. Hold on.
God. I hope my back can take this.
Oh, I'm going to stretch my shoulders then.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay. Hands out front. Straight up and down for palm strike. And then nice and flat for knife hands. What do you call these? Knife hands still?
Uh-huh.
Curl your fingers for flat fist and or leopard punch. Leopard punch?
Leopard fist.
Leopard fist.
Yep.
Fist. Put your fingers back for bow wrist, or what do you call this?
Crane fist.
Crane
Crane fist,
fist.
yep.
Cranes don't have fists.
Neither do
Anything
leopards.
I know!
All right, bow wrist, fist, flat fist, knife hands, palm strike. Gonna do it again, but a little bit faster. Palm strike, knife hands, flat fist, bow wrist, fist, flat fist, knife hands, palm strike.
I never do it right the way back.
Okay,
Much trickier.
time to do some little stretches. Remember, don't pull anything farther than it wants to go. We're not looking for pops. All
Oh,
right,
God,
number
please,
one.
nothing pop.
Little forward, little down. And a nice breath.
As it pops immediately.
We're not looking for pops, but if they happen.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
like,
number 2.
I don't regularly eat corn pops, but if they end up in my kitchen...
Okay,
Sure.
does anyone have any questions for the long break?
I do, but I'm going to go to the people first.
Ooh. Oh, I did have a question. Oh, I actually have a question.
Yeah, thumb down, pull it in towards your chest.
I should write it down so I
Boo.
remember it.
I'm getting buzzed from
Ooh,
my
look, that
carpool WhatsApp chat, but my kid just walked in, so I actually don't have to look at this.
I'm like, look at that. They got back to the gym, and I'm all like, oh, what's all this? That's
Oh,
happening
look,
over
what's
there?
that?
Yeah,
I
what's
didn't realize it was a carrion day.
Morocco.
All right, number 5. 1, 2,
Oh.
3, 4, 5. Little shake.
Oh.
Other side. Trevor, are you okay?
Yeah, there were 4 corn pops in that one.
Went full Rice Krispie treats. Snap, crackle, pop.
God.
Okay. Number 2. Turn it out. Pull it down. Take a nice breath.
Yeah, it's a wrist lock. You do this to somebody else.
If you get your wrist
I'll keep
really
that in mind.
flexy, you can just twist out of it. Especially when if you twist it far enough, they'll go, oh God!
That's not how bones work. No.
Mm-mm.
In fact, I'm counting on somebody thinking that.
Number 3. Well, then how do you know I'm not helping you here, man?
It's true. It's true.
Okay, number 4. So what kind of birds?
Very early in my training days, I almost got my wrist broken because I wouldn't let go of a hold. And the teacher's like, you're supposed to let go. I'm like, buddy, you didn't say that.
Number 5.
He also wasn't a very good teacher.
Shake.
Okay.
Okay, we got one more.
Oh, we do?
Oh, I forgot I have some tea here.
Oh, we got one more sprint. I was like, there's I don't remember the other exercise.
No.
How long's the sprint?
25 minutes.
Okay. I gotta go like 3:30 on the dot because I gotta go pick my oldest up at school.
Oh.
My body's ready though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just a little bit before the break stops. Which actually, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Will.
Aaron and I can hang around, do the long break.
I will get get the camera set, because I labeled all the scenes really nice last time. I'm very proud of myself. It will turn out to be extremely useful. But not yet, because if I do, I will do something dumb, I'm pretty sure. I will do the transition first. I think I finally figured out how to start this chapter. It's been took a couple of clunky tries before I'm like, yeah, okay, wait, that's it.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Bye, B Dave. Thanks for hanging out.
Let's go.
What? I don't even understand what happened there. You're not
What?
done. Keep working.
Okay.
Whoop, almost up. 10 seconds. Okay. It's time for our long break. Is this working? Is it?
What?
Let me see if I can check on the Twitch.
Great if my fan would just stay where I want it
No, it's being weird. Why is it being weird?
to. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with
Okay.
this one. I can't make the background show up for some reason.
Hmm.
But here we are. Here we are. The correct. We'll take away that. Not that. That one. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Everything's sorted enough. And it's time for our
Yeet.
long break.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have questions? Did anybody have questions? Besides, who's Shauna? What type of hobbies other than work does everyone have?
Oh Lord. Can I just say too many?
What do you do when you're not working? That's a good question.
Well, I mean, right now, I'm spending way too much time on Magic cards. Um, And actually, here I got these today, and I'm gonna gush about them a little bit. I got these sleeves that have Van Gogh's Starry Night, but it has a dragon in with it, and I love them so much. Ugh. Yeah, I got back on a Magic kick and decided to organize all of my cards. I haven't done that in a very long time, maybe 8 years. And so I've been gathering them up and going through them, and I got a little like drawer system thing for the cards and everything. But I still have a lot to go through. But I've also been playing the game with my friends, so
Nice.
yeah.
Lately I like baking,
Mm.
but I can only bake when I have a event to bring. I have people over to eat it, or I am taking the baked thing for people to eat, because otherwise there's too much cake in my house. I should post a picture of the cupcakes I made, because on Saturday I went over to my friend Shauna's house
Hey.
with another friend, and we watched Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, how was that?
Really, I thought it was really funny. It is very much it is in the vein of Heathers, where it's very dark and very funny,
I
but
love
also
Heathers.
like
Oh, I actually think Tara watched that one recently.
Lisa Frankenstein or
Yeah,
Heathers?
no, at
Okay.
least the Frankenstein. Oh no, we watch Heather's like
gonna
randomly
say,
once every 4 months or something.
Have I seen a classic movie you haven't seen? I'm very
Oh no,
excited.
I love that
No,
movie.
I liked it. I saw it had like kind of middling reviews, and part of me suspects that some of that is due to an expectation that the teenage female character will behave better than she does. And it's much like Heather's, where you're like, this is funny, but these are terrible people.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little on that line. And some of the humor is definitely gross. But I liked it a lot, and I made rainbow cupcakes that
Hey!
the Frank vibe to go with them.
I love it.
But I have some left over, but I have not taken any pictures. And the other thing, I like to do embroidery. So I've been
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I finished a kit, but I'm adding some text to it, which is very Oprah inappropriate, because it's going to say, it's like a bunch of waves with like different stitch patterns in them. It's kind of a modern style. I'm going to write, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, which is a saying I just like.
I like that. That's really nice.
I think it
Yeah.
will be cute, and then I will hang it here, and it will be one of those. Sometimes stuff's tough, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Let's see. I'm curious, because I did see some other people. Blytheford says, sometimes I build D&D props from upcycled waste, which is very
Hey.
cool. He says, did I ever post a picture of my airship in the Discord? I vaguely remember this, but I do think
I've
you
not
should
seen
post it again if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
And apparently Benro has a phylactery vault from Dead and Fae to add to the cool D&D props.
Oh God, I hope it's not the whole thing. That thing's huge.
I used to draw, and I don't do it as much anymore. Like, it looks
Oh,
slow anymore. So part of me's like,
I tried. The one thing that I've always wanted to be able to do was draw, and I've tried so many times to like learn how to draw and everything, and never works out. I bought some stuff to like try and do it again, and then I got laid off, and I didn't really think about it doing anything fun for myself for a bit.
Yeah, but add a drawing stream.
I mean, that'd be fun because I mean, like,
I don't know. I like this. This doesn't have to ever be like.
I have these two notebooks that I got, so like they're for drawing.
Nice.
So
Collecting
need to use 'em.
notebooks is another good hobby.
Oh well, I mean, I have. If collecting notebooks counts as a hobby, oh. I mean, I have opinions.
someone was because they've added another category. We used to make this let's do the writing.
Yeah.
But they now have co-working and studying.
Yeah.
And I think it was
Writing and reading.
Is that the writing and
Yeah.
reading one too. And it made me wonder if there's like if it would make sense to have like a cozy reading stream. Like, do you need body doubling for cozy for like reading, or is it just handy to have a scheduled time where it's like I'm gonna sit down and read a book?
Oh yeah,
another hobby I'd love to make more time for.
That's definitely something I've been doing for myself recently because like I've been reading Lord of the Rings, and so like I've tried to block out like an hour each day and try to knock out a chapter if I can. Depends. Those chapters vary wildly in length. I got to Tom Bombadil last night, so that's oh boy. But no, like I know that there are streams like Mars from CNE. His first streaming stuff was him reading what's the word for it? Stuff that's a non-domain or public domain.
Yeah,
there we
like
go, public
reading out
domain
loud,
stuff.
though.
Yeah, like
I'm more
actually
like,
reading out
okay,
loud.
I'm gonna read what's this? Apparently I'm gonna read Strunken White's Elements of Style, and then we just sit here and I do this for an hour.
Yeah.
And you get your book.
I mean that I'm sure that's a thing.
I don't think it should be in this room though. If that was a thing, I would want to make a setup that was like actually a cozy space that looked nice.
That's fair.
My cool living room, for instance. That's my current hobby, is finishing the decoration in my living room.
That was a good one to have, yeah.
I am hoping we can get another chair, but
Molly Chu said, drawing stream? Yes, please. I would love to see you all sketch. It would not be sketching for me. I'm still at the, can I do a straight line well? And can I get that down?
straight lines are overrated.
Well, see, this is how bad it is that like no one ever told me how to draw. No one talked to me about drawing. It's just something I wanted to do. I didn't know that you drew with your arm. Like I drew like I was writing, and and also I found out I was writing wrong, so that was a whole other problem too. They're like, with your wrist, and I was like, what do you mean with your wrist? You just move your fingers.
I wonder if that would be fun to have a stream where we have people come on and give you a drawing lesson.
I'll take free drawing lessons. I'm okay with that.
Like, part of me's like, you never taken art classes? No one ever made you do like a blind contour drawing? Or
no, like the most I ever did was my mom got me set up with doing a comic class with a comic book artist. But it was, neither of us really understood that he was expecting people to come into this with already established drawing ability. And was kind of talking about like oh my god, he's back. Talking about like how comics like work within panels and stuff like that. So I didn't learn the fundamentals.
I'm like, you summoned me by speaking my language. Wait, what's this? What?
We're talking about what hobbies we have besides working. And we started talking about learning to draw.
Is that a thing people do? Fascinating.
That's funny you say that. When my friends and I were playing a game of Magic the other night, one of them goes, so like, when are we going to record these and put them up on YouTube? And I was like, not every hobby has to be turned into a monetization.
I can't stand home games anymore. I can't stand it. It's because something interesting will happen. And I'm like, that should have been on camera. That was content.
Man, there's been times in my games where I was legitimately pissed. I'm like, I'm pissed that I don't at least have this recording for myself.
Yep. That's that. I can't do it. Yeah, can't do it.
Nope. But yeah, then we talked about maybe doing a stream where we get someone to come on and teach me how to draw for an hour.
Multiple people taking.
Yeah, multiple
turns.
people. Yeah.
All of the peoples.
All of
And they
the
can just get
people.
irritated with me.
No.
That is not a skill I possess. So let me put to the committee my question, unless you were about to like sign us off, in which case I'll keep it to myself.
No.
We still got
Pontificate.
time, and I think we've shared our hobbies.
Yep. And
Oh,
I
we're
forgot
sharing
I had a
hobbies?
question, too,
Yeah,
but I'm
you,
writing
Oh.
it down.
you laughed when I asked, so I assume the answer was no or no, none that you want to tell us about.
Everything I do, I make money at. I think like Marshall. Well, I mean, again, I do this. This is how I relax.
You lift weights. That's
I do
sort
lift
of a
weights.
hobby.
That is true. Martial arts, anime. I love anime. I'd say martial arts and a big fight fan. Like again, like UFC, mixed martial arts. To a lesser extent, boxing. I'm a tangential boxing fan. Yeah, but like everything everything I love, I like talking about. I like teaching, and I like doing.
Yeah.
So it's it is multifaceted. But I do have a qu'est-ce que c'est to put before the committee.
All right, let's hear it.
How do you feel about public domain characters? It just so happens I was talking on the phone with a friend of mine, and I think I kind of got my head around what I want to do. But in the process of writing these public domain scripts, it was like, oh, and I guess for people that don't live in this country, I guess it varies from country to country. But if a character was written before 1923 and or some other very specific sets of circumstances, past a certain point, anybody can write something with those characters, like Sherlock Holmes or Dracula or Robin Hood, right? Mm-hmm. So the plus side is you have this known commodity that the audience is familiar with. The negative side is you have this known commodity that the audience is familiar with. Yeah. And you can only ever own so much, you know? Like, I mean, Guy Ritchie did Sherlock Holmes at the exact same time that Moffat was doing the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes for the BBC. And I mean, they both kind of have their place, you know, but nobody owns Sherlock
love
Holmes.
them both for completely separate reasons.
Yeah, I do enjoy both of those quite a bit. I think the show lost itself a little near the end.
100% did.
But I mean, I guess that's sometimes unavoidable when you produce enough content. But yeah, all of that is to say, though, how do you guys feel about creating content with public domain characters? Like, do you even think it's worth doing?
I feel like for me, the part I like the most is making characters. And so it would have to be something where I felt like the original version left a lot of space. I probably wouldn't pick up somebody very popular that had already been, like, I don't feel super drawn to something like Sherlock Holmes. Although, I don't know, because I read recently Catherine Addison's The Angel of the Crows, which is a Sherlock Holmes retelling where she like totally recast, like, Sherlock is an angel named Crow, and then Dr. Watson is, I don't want to spoil things about Dr. Watson, but
what is this called? I need this.
Angel of the Crows, the Angel of the Crows, maybe.
Fascinating. I mean, is it
it.
like overtly Sherlock Holmes, or you kind of got to squint and realize, like, wait a second, this is Sherlock Holmes?
It's if you know the stories, she's retelling the stories, but in a lot of ways, it's it changes stuff. So, like, for example, Hound of the Baskervilles, like, this is a world where there are literal hellhounds and so,
I'm into this.
Like, there's actually a thing, right? And so, yeah, like, there's supernatural stuff that's literally there. Like, Watson gets injured in Afghanistan, just like in the stories, but it's fighting like a fallen angel that
Nephilim.
corrupts him in some way. So,
I too am intrigued. It's like you had my interest. Now you have my attention.
And so that's the kind of thing I find more interesting. Like, can you take this and do something kind of off the wall with it?
Yeah, that is most of the time my preferred thing with it. Like, I love seeing an established thing or established character done in some completely fantastic, like you all did electropunk, and like you took these known people and put them into a place and situation that they absolutely were never in. And that was the interesting thing. Is like I know the concept of who this is, and seeing the world that they're in, I'm intrigued to see how they operate within this world. I always really like that sort of stuff. And I do like some other things where it is just kind of taking the character and doing something with it. Like there's a series of Sherlock Holmes games that came out over like the last decade, that my wife really loves, and I watched her play through, and a lot of them are, it's just like, okay, yeah, this is Sherlock Holmes and it's got cool mechanics to it and everything, but I like it's fun seeing new adventures and stuff like that. And I think that's the other thing with, especially when it's a public domain character who had like kind of an episodic thing happening with it, taking them and doing more episodes with it and seeing more adventures and whatnot. I think is fun, but those are definitely the ones where it's harder to have, character development or anything like that, because then people start feeling like they're not the character that they knew and everything. So yeah, I like it.
Remember freaking Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective on the Sega CD, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. Deep cut, deep cut, deep cut, deep cut. For those of you that were there. Yeah. And I think I personally like mashups. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or mix up these situations, which I have a specific idea that I don't want to say on here in case one of you is faster than me. Not one of you two, one of the listeners is like, I'll tell you guys when we're not streaming. I like that sort of stuff. I'm not interested in, it's Sherlock Holmes, but he's a girl now. Like, I mean, okay, like that doesn't.
That said, there is a really good Japanese show that did that though.
Yeah. I mean, but like take any one variable, but they're a blank. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess, freaking Wishbone is basically Sherlock Holmes, but he's a dog. But,
well, I mean, there is literally an episode of that. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I've brought up House. Like, House is Sherlock Holmes, but he's a doctor. But like, it's not just overtly like in your face about it.
I think that's the thing about like most retellings. I don't personally like the retellings that are like, look, I read this too. And you don't change anything, right? Like things should change in obvious ways because you tweaked these variables. And if they don't, then what's the point, Similarly, like I don't like a straight retelling where it's like, I'm going to tell this story but from a different character's perspective. And it's basically like, here you go. That was the story again.
Yep. But this is what Irene Adler was thinking the entire time.
Ben Rowe brought up League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that was one of those, like, that was one of those first times that I really saw something like that done, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is Captain Nemo, this is Dr. Jekyll. I'm just like, oh, this freaking rules.
It's in the good and bad thing is now that that's been done, you will never completely be away from, oh, it's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Can I also call out, Ben, you've got some good examples here, because also I hadn't heard of this. I don't think, actually sounds vaguely familiar, but I haven't read it. Once and Future, where as a Kieran Gillen comic where Arthur returns as prophesied but is a Welsh nationalist zombie.
What?
Yes,
that's cool.
It came out in 2020, which is why I'm gonna say
like kind of we were all sort of tied up with the apocalypse.
What the hell?
Yeah,
I like that. Like, this is definitely that sort of thing. Yeah. I like History Prof makes the point, not everything famous before 1923 is worth rehashing.
I mean, that's also true.
Yeah. Well, and then that's the catch-22 too. There's characters like Lady Phantom that it's like nobody knows Lady Phantom, and if you take the time to make people know Lady Phantom, you're gonna have done all the heavy lifting for a character you still don't own.
This is another, like, I think there's something cool there when something about that that initial character and that story like hooks you. Like I was mentioning before you came back, I went over to my friend's house and watched Lisa Frankenstein, which was delightful. Obviously not a faithful retelling of Frankenstein, but certain elements, certain themes are there, and like that sort of thing is fun. Like I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to take it somewhere that's a little bonkers, because I have a cool story to tell. I love that. So yeah, but I have to admit I don't feel drawn to doing it myself. I have an eye out because I think there are benefits. The ones that have come up in the chat, like that Ben mentioned, that you guys have mentioned, where it's like, okay, well, you have some base familiarity here with what's going on. So when you add those bonkers elements, they're not kind of getting stacked on top of other things that the reader has to know. If you say, we found this artifact and we brought back a Welsh nationalist zombie, that's a little confusing. But if you're like, and it's King Arthur, it's like, okay. I can slot in a lot of information. It can like grow off of what I already know. Here's this British doctor who's possibly, turning into a monster. And he's going to work with this angel, and they're going to solve crimes and murders. Oh, but it's basically Sherlock Holmes. Like, you have something to root on. That's a great setup if you want to be really, off the wall. But gotta find a thing first that you really love.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I will just say I settled on, yes, it is probably worth doing if you can do it cool.
Yep. 100%.
Well, we are almost out of time, so if there's anything else you guys want to add about hobbies, about public domain characters, or just like cool stuff you want to share before we do our outros, now's the time.
Yeah. I'm going to save I got my question right up. I'm going to save it for another one because I think it'll take a longer conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do watch Lisa Frankenstein. It was very funny.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
And gross. It was very
Just for the record, at this exact second, I just finished script number 10, so they're all done.
Hell yeah!
There you go. Uploaded.
All right, well...
I'll tell you the titles of them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was Robin Hood, The Final Arrow, Dracula, Blood and Betrayal, Sherlock Holmes, The Poison Chalice, Hercules, The Labor of the Hydra, Lancelot, The Broken Blade, Alice in Wonderland, Tea Party Rebellion, Frankenstein, The Escape, Beowulf, The Final Battle, Zorro, The Mark of Justice, and Moby Dick, The White Beast.
Goodness.
Yep.
I like them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Well, if you made it this far, you made your concentration check. Good job.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
I'm Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Instagram at All the Erinies, but you can mostly find me on the Dungeon Scrawlers Discord. You can also listen to our podcast, Writing About Dragons and Shit, which new episodes come out on Wednesdays-ish. And if you guys want to go ahead and tell them where they can find you and what awesome things you're working on, we'll get to the schedule for the rest of this week for this Twitch channel.
B-Dave, you go.
It is I, B. Dave Walters. You can find me all over the interwebs where fine streaming content can be located. I was working on these 10 scripts, but those are done. Basically have my D&D in a Castle game done, at least done enough. Which I'm doing, it is like almost like Avengers-esque mashup of the aftermath of my last 3 years campaigns, where it's Vecna, Tiamat, and Asmodeus are joining forces to divide reality amongst the three of them.
Oh my god.
And you've got to try and convince one or two of them to turn on the others. And then I'm leaving on Saturday for this movie, so like I'm gonna be spending the next few days like learning movie lines. I'm gonna be playing a killer voodoo man.
Hell yeah.
And I'm B. Dave Walters everywhere. I don't know. I probably did. I say that on autopilot.
You can find me everywhere as well at the Treavor. There's an A hiding in there. And the soonest you can find me again is tomorrow here on twitch.tv/dungeonscrawlers for my Elden Ring stream. So come hang out and watch Archie beat the crap out of things or get the crap beat out of him. One way or the other. It's going to be fun.
You can also come back here at 6 o'clock for the thrilling finale of Isekai Realms Buffy Adventure. And then again on Wednesday at 6 p.m. for Grey Mantle's new season, our gothic horror D&D show. Like Trevor said, Writer Plays Elden Ring is on Tuesdays and Thursday morning? Wednesday.
Yep. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thursdays and Thursdays. And we have Orkira Plays Baldur's Gate with Lauren Urban on Wednesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. So lots of fun stuff happening on twitch.tv/Dungeon Scrawlers. But until next week, get some good work done and don't forget to rest. Bye!
Do it.